Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Viral here, and we're back at it with another video today. It's going to be based on the new monthly side quest here, which is the danger rooms for Incursions. And I'm going to show you guys what I do to get set up and basically to run as many rooms as I can, or as many zones as I can. Ideally what we want to try and get to is zone 25, get the 6-star awakening gem, as well as the conduit for revenge title, but we'll see how far we get and how lucky we can get. I know there are great hacks here that you can utilize. I know At the Ready and Keep It Going are really great, because basically you take advantage of your relics and the spirit gauge, and basically At the Ready allows your spirit gauge to fill at double the rate when an unblockable attack is landed. And Keep It Going also helps with the spirit gauge because it fills at double the rate when striking the opponent under effect of a non-damaging debuff. So both of those really help you extend your combos and get openings when you're trying to use Hercules basically and go unblockable if you're in a pinch. But the way I set up is I go in with Hercules, and I also want to put as many buffs as I can on him with Odin, because Odin places a pre-buff effect, and if you look here, basically it allows Hercules here to get Thunderstruck, Dropner, and Stormbreaker, and basically it places unique buffs on Hercules. Each fight they gain an indefinite aptitude buff increasing potency of Fury, armor up, and precision buffs by 15%. Dropner, each fight gain an indefinite protection buff, which is really nice, preventing the loss of more than 15% of max health from a single source. This buff is removed when struck by a special 3 attack and does not mitigate the damage. So you still gotta avoid special 3 attacks. And Stormbreaker, each fight gain an indefinite shock resist buff, increasing shock resistance by 90%. So I'm going to try to utilize that, as well as bring in Gallon for the Cosmic Seed. Unfortunately, I only have a 3-star Gallon, so I can't really go too far with him. I'm just going to use him for one fight, basically. And we're going to go through threat level 6 and enter solo. And we're going to try to ramp up Hercules as much as we can. So here's the Incursion party. And we have Viv Vision as the boss. So we have Buffet. When the attack retrieves the buff is immediately nullified. Defender regenerates 5% of max health. And there's a Steel and Sting like a Bee. Basically, I'm going to scout out which path for which opponent and buff combination is easier. So I see a Crossbones and a Misty Knight there. I don't really like fighting Misty Knight. I know some of her special attacks can be hard to avoid. Crossbones I know can purify debuffs, but I'm going to go with Crossbones. I'm more comfortable fighting him. And I'll show you how I get geared up here. So pick up boss module. Hopefully it's one of the 2, but it is not. But there are still some very good rare hacks that we have here. So what I'm going to go with is I'm going to go with the Proud Degeneration. When the attacker lands the final hit of a heavy attack, they gain a 10% potency buff for 10 seconds, and during special attacks all hits have a 20% chance per prowess effect to inflict a degeneration debuff, dealing 350% of attack rating as direct damage for 10 seconds. If the champion has an equipped relic, then you gain 2 prowess effects. So that's going to help out. Now I'm going to pick up the module. And yeah, that works great. You get buff reinforcement prowess, so you gain 80% potency on prowess buffs. And we're gonna go and fight Red Skull here. So with Hercules, but before that, I'm gonna place each of Odin's pre-buff abilities. And that's just gonna further enhance Hercules here. I mean, Hercules is already a beast. I'm at rank 4, sig 200. But he's just going to do that much more damage once it's fully ramped up. We're going to get all these feats of strength up to 12 over the next couple quests. Just going in here, beat up the special one, counter with a heavy attack. And gotta be careful not to hit into his block because you get power drained, and you also take a bit of damage back as well. Special intercept with my special one here, and there we go. First fight done. Hercules did it with 41 seconds. Alright, so we'll pick up another hack. I like attack enhancement medium. It's good medium attacks, gain 20% ability accuracy and 40% attack rating. It's good when you're intercepting. And so what I want to do now is continue with Hercules here. And we used all his pre-fight buffs here, so we're gonna go in and just take out his crossbones. Shrugged off the infuriate. Get that special intercept going. And beat up that special one, and he's down. Alright, now we have the boss here. I'm just going to pick up unstoppable and unblockable attacks, gain 50% attack rating, done glitching damage. And now, usually, if you have a 5-star or a 6-star, or maybe even a 4-star Gallon, you would go in and attack, and then you would get your second Cosmic Seed Herald, or Solar Intensity, sorry. So once per quest, Gallon can consume 2 Solar Intensity in the pre-fight menu to place a cross-fight Cosmic Seed on the next fight. And the next Cosmic Champion, which will be Hercules, excluding Gallon, to enter this fight, gains the seed and becomes a herald for the rest of the quest. So Hercules would become a herald for the rest of the quest and gain these abilities. So whenever a herald emerges victorious, the seed will grow in power to grant abilities, and they max out at 5 victories. So at 0 victories, it's awesome for Hercules because basically what it does is it allows any Cosmic Champion to be power burn immune, so no one can power burn you. At 1 victory, Heralds gain 7% resistance to all damaging debuffs for each victory, so that's a max of 35% resistance, so he actually heals more from poison damage from the recoil mastery. And at 2 victories plus, Herald becomes unblockable when launching a special attack into the opponent's block. The buff lasts for the duration of the special attack with an additional 1 second added for each victory. And once activated, the ability goes on cooldown for 24 seconds. So it's great to have, but right now I am going to go in with Hercules and chip down the Pigeon just to get this done quicker. and I will exit right before I knock her out. So I'm going in here, some decent damage, clean intercept. Okay, so that's not what we wanted to do. So Hercules is just too powerful there. Oh well. So what we can do instead is basically go on to the next room and okay, we're gonna get perpetual offense just for the special attack increase. Watch it, special attack gains 100% attack to gain definite prowess buff, increases special attack damage by 60%. So we're gonna try it again basically with the next opponent here. Alright, so I'm just gonna map out the boss here. So it is unblockable, repetitive hate, Ultron, and coward. I don't like that mode. That's missing. So I'm gonna go on the right side, so a bit of an easier fight. And what my plan is to do here is I don't need to use Odin anymore. So what I will do is actually put in Apocalypse. And I'm not going to use my 6-star, I'm going to use my 5-star because I just want to use the Horseman ability. So we'll go to here, or 5-star, Apocalypse, switch out Odin because I already applied the buffs. And what we're going to do is go in and fight this beast. And so we're going to stop with the Gallon first, and we're going to go in with Apocalypse just to get the 2 mutant genetic codes. And after I defeat him, that'll put me at 3 more genetic codes, which will give me 4, which will allow me to make a next mutant horseman. So we're going in here, trying to get this fight down as quickly as possible. And hitting with that special 2, does some pretty good degen damage. Yep, and there we go. He's down. Alright, so Apocalypse is at 4 genetic code, so that will allow me to make any mutant a horseman. But this fight here is the fight that I'm going to use to make Gallon get that solar intensity. So I stack the Infuriate and just chipping down Aegon here, getting him as low as possible in health. So 8% is pretty good. I'll quit out. And I'll go back in here with Gallon. Now normally, like I said, you can use a 4, 5, or 6-star, but Gallon's a 3-star, it just has low damage. So I'm just getting the victory quicker by chipping down Aegon beforehand with Hercules. There we go. So now we're gonna go in here, gain attack rating, and we're gonna basically just fight this guy with Apocalypse. So what I should have done actually was fight Hercules with Apocalypse, or Ultron with Hercules, and then revived. But that's fine.
Try to avoid Ultron's evade charge. Oh. Good. Okay, special 2 here. Just got the concussion up. And now we're going to drop the special 1 for some extra damage. Alright. So Ultron is now down. This would have been better if I used Hercules here. But it's okay. So now I'm going to revive Hercules. And we're going to go on to the next room. Alright. We got a Penny Parker as a boss. Independence. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch out what I'm gonna do for this room. Actually, I can't do that. Alright, so for this room, I'm basically going to plant this Cosmic Seed from Gallon onto Hercules. And just gotta win this fight now. Now you can see that Hercules is doing a lot more damage. It's starting to ramp up. There we go. And gain critical damage from that code. And now I'm going to fight Captain America. Okay, so now you can see that one victory, which is great. We're just going to keep on doing better and better damage as we go on. And he's ending these fights fairly quickly. Alright, Penny Parker, boss, 175k health. And we're gonna go in. Infuriate, and we're doing a lot of burst damage too. See that she's just chipping down. There we go. Let's do it. Alright. Now we'll continue picking up the boss hack. And we got pyrokinetics. I think I'll do that because my plan next is to make Kitty Pryde a horseman and then just go from there. So zone 3 is now done. Alright, so now we have Kate Bishop here. So my next plan here is to swap out Gallon because I already used the Cosmic Seed on Hercules. Alright. And keep it going actually is a great hack to have. So every 10 hits in the combo, you apply a number break debuff on the defender equal to 60% of their attack rating for 10 seconds. Spirit gauge fills at double the rate when striking an opponent under the effect of a non-damaging debuff. So we're going to keep that one, or pick that one up. And we have the choice of fighting either Nebula with Limber and Aggression Armor, or Winter Soldier with Riding on Fumes and Enhanced Special 1. So I think what I'm going to do is fight Winter Soldier on the right. Alright, so this time we're going to do character select. Swap out Gallon with Kitty Pryde. And this is going to be almost my main questing team. So basically I'm just going to be using Kitty Pryde and Hercules for clearing. But now what I'm going to do is use the Horseman of Apocalypse pre-fight and activate it on Kitty Pryde, so it allows the next mutant attacker to enter this fight to become a Horseman of Apocalypse for the rest of the quest. And that gives Kitty Pryde a chance to go unblockable whenever they purify a debuff. It gives her an additional prowess effect. It makes her also bleed immune. And first time you slip up, you go unstoppable for I think it's 2 seconds. So it's really nice to have for this incursion event. And that fight was done easy. So now we are pretty geared up here. Incinerates gain plus 60% potency. We'll do that one for Kitty Pryde. I'm gonna go in with Hercules and build him up. He is at 11 pieces of strength, so he gets additional attack for each. And he caps out at 12. And now he's at 12. And you can see he's healing for 301 or 451, or no, 301 from that the additional resistance from being a herald. So this is going to give him free regen as he goes on throughout each fight. Alright, we're going to go with the prowess buff, gains 80% potency, making the special attacks even stronger. And now we have a fight against Kate Bishop. We're going to go in with Kitty Pryde. So they have Walder Down, Clean Slate, and Power Alternator. Alright, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just got to make sure not to parry an attack and if she's stunned. Fighting Kate Bishop, you got to be good at intercepting or having a big counter. And she goes debuff immune after, based on this node. So we're gonna take it easy and slowly do this fight. Try to be a special 1 here. There we go. Alright, so we're at 21 prowess. Alright, that should finish off Kate Bishop. Alright, and Kitty Pryde's coming out with 100% health. Perfect. And now we are 4 zones in. Gonna pick up another boss module or rare hack here. And we're gonna go with Buff Cornucopia. I mean, Buff Cornucopia is great because whenever you gain a buff, 50% chance to gain another random buff lasting 10 seconds is chance. For this to activate, decrease slightly for 8 seconds each time it activates. Chance decrease ignores ability accuracy, immunity, and reversal, but it's nice to have extra buffs for your champs. So now zone 4 is complete, and basically the next zone is what I use to have Heimdall, basically to have that safeguard. So, alright, the boss here is Valkyrie, Caltrops Tyranny, Enhanced Special 2, Heavy Baiter Protection, and Health. Alright. We're looking at fighting either Wasp or Terrax here. So I think what we're going to do is fight Terrax for the easier fight. And so we're going to swap out Apocalypse now. And we're just going to put in any Heimdall. What we're going to do here is find Heimdall. And we're going to go in with the synergy. So all champions except Heimdall, once per fight, will intercede on your behalf when you are about to be knocked out. You gain both an indestructible and an unstoppable buff, which lasts for 2 seconds. And it's nice as an extra safety net, basically. So anytime you're about to get knocked out, you gain an indestructible and unstoppable buff, which definitely helps out for this long quest. And now Hercules is at 4 victories. And you can see Buff Cornucopia is helping out too. You got three gens at that point, which definitely helped out. And we're gonna pick up basic attack enhancement. But yeah, just to reiterate that, Heimdall gets the synergy, so anytime you become knocked out, you gain both an indestructible and an unstoppable buff, which lasts for 2 seconds. So it's really nice to have in case you slip up, and this is a good safety net. On top of Hercules' own immortality. So basically what happens first is Heimdall will come in, you'll go indestructible for 2 seconds, and then if you mess up again, that's when Hercules' immortality buff will come in and trigger. So you get like 2 safety nets. But we're gonna go in and we're gonna fight Terrax now. And I like fighting Terrax with Kitty Pride, just because he can phase a lot of the damage. And he stays aggressive. Oh. This is Rockfield active. We're just intercepting very quickly, no problem. Hit him here with a very nice special 1. And keep going. Alright. Medium attacks here. And now we have the boss here, Valkyrie. Alright. So I think I'm gonna go in with Herc here. Alright. Look at all the buffs we're getting from Buff Cornucopia. Great. Oh. Did we get that intercept? Yes, we did. Oh, slipped up a little bit. Alright, that's fine. There we go. Alright. Now I'll show you one more room just to see what happens and to show an example of what happens if you do slip up too much and how Heimdall basically comes in and helps. zone 6. Alright. So we have a Howard the Duck and a Terrax here. I think what we're gonna do is fight this Terrax. And pick up 1,000 critical damage. And I'm gonna basically screw up on purpose just to show you guys what happens if you do mess up. So I'm just gonna take a bunch of hits here. We're at maximum victories now too. So here we go. We have an indestructible and unstoppable buff, and then immortality comes in right away. So you have 2 chances. And immortality lasts for 9 seconds and stops. Pauses basically every time you attack your opponent. So you have a good safety net. And that's that. Sorted. But yeah, I've gotten to zone 15 in my last run. Still trying to push for zone 25. But sometimes you get unlucky. But yeah, I'll be posting some more incursions in the near future here. So now we're going to go in with Kitty Pryde against this Terrax and rinse and repeat the last Terrax fight, basically. If we can. So we're going in, we're medium intercepting. He has his rock field active. Alright, we're at 21 prowess. Going with that. And we're just melting them. Perfect. 20-second fight. So yeah, that's pretty much it there. We're gonna get a damage over time upgrade here. And fight this Penny Parker. Fisticuffs. Okay, so the immortality won't work on Fisticuffs because neither champion can activate buffs or debuffs for the first 20 seconds. So you have to wait that 20 seconds in this case. Yeah, so I think with Thermostat 2, if the value reaches 0, they're affected with a cold snap. But if the attacker reaches a value of 20, then you're affected with Incinerate. So we want to stay between 1 and 20. So to play it safe, we're going to try and basically attack into her block until the Fisticuff is done. You can see it, that X marker right above her health bar. Oh, and that didn't work there, fortunately. That's fine, we'll revive up, just to show you. Alright, we'll revive here. And we'll just pop in just a couple health potions just in case. And yeah, we really just need to wait out that 20 seconds so that we can get immortality. Okay. Attack to her block a little bit. Get out that heavy attack. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, see, now that came in handy, and then the other one came in handy as well. And we're unblockable, special intercept, and down goes Penny Parker. So yeah, those are a couple tips there, basically of how I get through each room, and depending on the scenario, if you come in across a difficult defender, then you can just swap out
Heimdall and then put in a different Heimdall. Or if you want to keep that safety net, then swap out Kitty Pryde and keep Heimdall and use whatever counter that you need necessary. But that's going to do it, guys, for this video. If you want to see me continue with this run, I will be posting it later on. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you guys got to zone 25, how your runs have been going, and stay tuned for some upcoming content. And that'll do it for this video, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out. Thank you.